Friends, we have a small request. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe now. Like, share, and express your opinions in the comments if you like this video. Your comments, whether positive or negative, are valuable to us. We consider them as suggestions and strive to implement them in future videos. Thank you. Let's start the practice test.
What was the main objective of the welfare state established in the UK after World War II? Option A, to stimulate economic growth through deregulation. Option B, to provide financial security and access to essential services for all citizens. Option C, to promote the expansion of the British Empire. Option D, to reduce the power of the monarchy. The correct answer is to provide financial security and access to essential services for all citizens. Explanation: the welfare state aimed to guarantee health care, education, and social security, ensuring financial stability and improving the quality of life for all citizens in post-war Britain. Which aspects are most emblematic of the swinging 60s in Britain? Option A, a vibrant youth culture, innovative fashion, and revolutionary music. Option B, a resurgence of traditional values and conservative lifestyles. Option C, a downturn in artistic expression and creativity. Option D, an escalation of political unrest and instability. The correct answer is a vibrant youth culture, innovative fashion, and revolutionary music. Explanation: the swinging 60s were characterized by a dynamic youth culture, bold fashion choices, and groundbreaking music, which collectively challenged and transformed societal norms and conventions. What significant milestone in reproductive health occurred in the UK in 1978? Option A, the establishment of the National Health Service (NHS), the monarchy gained absolute power. Option B, the introduction of free secondary education. Option C, the legalization of abortion. Option D, the first successful in vitro fertilization (IVF) baby was born. The correct answer is the first successful in vitro fertilization (IVF) baby was born. Explanation: in 1978, the birth of Louise Brown, the first baby conceived through in vitro fertilization (IVF), marked a groundbreaking achievement in reproductive medicine, providing new possibilities for couples struggling with infertility. What was a significant outcome of the Glorious Revolution of 1688 regarding the balance of power in the UK? Option A, the monarchy gained absolute power. Option B, the Church of England was disestablished. Option C, Parliament's authority was significantly strengthened over the monarchy. Option D, the first written constitution was created. The correct answer is Parliament's authority was significantly strengthened over the monarchy. Explanation: the Glorious Revolution of 1688 resulted in the establishment of constitutional monarchy, significantly enhancing Parliament's authority and limiting the powers of the monarch, ensuring that the monarchy could no longer govern without parliamentary consent. What was a primary reason for the rebellion led by Charles Edward Stuart, Bonnie Prince Charlie, in Scotland in 1745? Option A, to enforce the Protestant religion in Scotland. Option B, to promote the abolition of slavery. Option C, to establish a parliamentary government. Option D, to reclaim the Scottish throne for the Stuart lineage. The correct answer is to reclaim the Scottish throne for the Stuart lineage. Explanation: Charles Edward Stuart, known as Bonnie Prince Charlie, led the rebellion in 1745 with the aim of restoring the Stuart dynasty to the Scottish throne, which had been lost following the Glorious Revolution. Why was the Industrial Revolution significant for the development of industry in Britain? Option A, it introduced mechanization, increasing production efficiency. Option B, it led to the decline of agricultural practices. Option C, it resulted in the establishment of the British monarchy. Option D, it focused on the production of handcrafted goods. The correct answer is it introduced mechanization, increasing production efficiency. Explanation: the Industrial Revolution was crucial for Britain's development of industry as it introduced mechanization and innovative technologies, which significantly increased production efficiency and transformed the economy from agrarian to industrial. What is the Victorian age known for in terms of social and economic developments in Britain? Option A, an era of technological stagnation and limited social progress. Option B, the prominence of the aristocracy and a lack of reform. Option C, the rise of the middle class and significant social reforms for the poor. Option D, a time of isolationism and retreat from global affairs. The correct answer is the rise of the middle class and significant social reforms for the poor. Explanation: the Victorian age is known for the emergence of a powerful middle class and various social reform initiatives aimed at improving the quality of life for the poor, reflecting a time of substantial change and progress in British society. What was one of the significant results of the Reform Act of 1867 concerning voting rights in Britain? Option A, it granted women the right to vote for the first time. Option B, it lowered property requirements, allowing more men to vote. Option C, it eliminated voting rights for urban citizens. Option D, it restricted voting to landowners only. The correct answer is it lowered property requirements, allowing more men to vote. Explanation: the Reform Act of 1867 was significant because it lowered the property qualifications necessary for voting, which enabled a larger number of men, especially in urban areas, to gain the right to vote, while women continued to be denied this right. What crucial role did Winston Churchill play during the Second World War? Option A, he negotiated peace treaties with Germany. Option B, he served as a military general on the front lines. Option C, he was primarily focused on economic reform during the war. Option D, he led Britain as Prime Minister and inspired the nation to resist Nazi Germany. The correct answer is he led Britain as Prime Minister and inspired the nation to resist Nazi Germany. Explanation: Winston Churchill became Prime Minister during a critical time in the Second World War and is remembered for his inspirational leadership and speeches that rallied the British people to continue fighting against Nazi Germany. What major events took place during the First World War from 1914 to 1918 that affected global history? Option A, widespread conflict involving multiple nations and millions of casualties. Option B, the signing of the Treaty of Versailles. Option C, the rise of communism in Russia. Option D, the establishment of the League of Nations. The correct answer is widespread conflict involving multiple nations and millions of casualties. Explanation: the First World War led to unprecedented global conflict, with millions of casualties and profound political, social, and economic changes, reshaping nations and international relations for decades to come. What was one major effect of the Black Death on society in Britain during the Middle Ages? Option A, it led to an increase in the population. Option B, it strengthened feudalism and the power of landowners. Option C, it resulted in a labor shortage and higher wages for peasants. Option D, it caused a decline in urbanization and the growth of towns. The correct answer is it resulted in a labor shortage and higher wages for peasants. Explanation: the Black Death drastically reduced the population, leading to labor shortages that empowered peasants to demand higher wages and contributed to the emergence of new social classes. What was the primary cause of the Wars of the Roses in England? Option A, disputes over territory in France. Option B, a civil war between the supporters of the House of Lancaster and the House of York. Option C, religious conflicts between Catholics and Protestants. Option D, the struggle for control of the English Navy. The correct answer is a civil war between the supporters of the House of Lancaster and the House of York. Explanation: the Wars of the Roses were primarily caused by a civil conflict over the English throne between the rival factions of the House of Lancaster and the House of York, symbolized by their respective red and white roses. What was an important characteristic of the Elizabethan period regarding poetry and drama? Option A, the decline of artistic expression due to political turmoil. Option B, the prohibition of public performances and literature. Option C, the exclusive focus on religious themes in literature. Option D, the emergence of influential playwrights like William Shakespeare and a thriving literary culture. The correct answer is the emergence of influential playwrights like William Shakespeare and a thriving literary culture. Explanation: the Elizabethan period is renowned for its rich contributions to poetry and drama, with figures like William Shakespeare playing a pivotal role in shaping English literature and theatrical performance. What was a key action taken by King Henry VII to strengthen his rule after the Wars of the Roses? Option A: he expanded England's territories through military conquest. Option B: he established the Church of England. Option C: he centralized power and reduced the influence of the nobles. Option D: he increased taxes on the common people. The correct answer is he centralized power and reduced the influence of the nobles. Explanation: King Henry VII aimed to stabilize his reign by centralizing authority, limiting noble power, and enhancing the monarchy's financial strength, ultimately laying the foundation for a more unified and secure England under his leadership. What was the primary reason for the restoration of the monarchy in England in 1660? Option A: a desire for stability after years of civil war and republican rule. Option B: the need for a strong military leader. Option C: the influence of foreign powers. Option D: the popularity of Oliver Cromwell. The correct answer is a desire for stability after years of civil war and republican rule. Explanation: the restoration of the monarchy occurred as many people sought stability and order following the chaos of the English Civil War and the subsequent period of the Commonwealth under Oliver Cromwell. What was the impact of the Romans on British society during their occupation? Option A: the introduction of Viking culture and language. Option B: the establishment of roads, public buildings, and a legal framework. Option C: the spread of Celtic languages. Option D: the creation of Anglo-Saxon kingdoms. The correct answer is the establishment of roads, public buildings, and a legal framework. Explanation: the Romans significantly transformed British society by building infrastructure such as roads and public buildings, creating a structured legal system, and introducing new agricultural practices, which laid the groundwork for future development. What was a prominent effect of the Norman conquest in 1066? Option A: the establishment of the First Anglo-Saxon Kingdom. Option B: the unification of Scotland and England. Option C: the introduction of Norman French as the language of the ruling class. Option D: the expansion of Viking territories in Britain. The correct answer is the introduction of Norman French as the language of the ruling class. Explanation: the Norman conquest led to profound changes in English society, including the introduction of Norman French, which influenced the development of the English language and transformed the governance and social structures of England. In what way did Anglo-Saxon society evolve in Britain after the fall of Roman rule? Option A: the establishment of a unified monarchy across all of Britain. Option B: the introduction of Christianity through missionaries. Option C: the dominance of Viking culture and language. Option D: the construction of Hadrian's Wall. The correct answer is the introduction of Christianity through missionaries. Explanation: following the Roman withdrawal, Anglo-Saxon society experienced significant changes with the spread of Christianity, which was facilitated by missionaries and greatly influenced the cultural and religious landscape of Britain. Which annual UK event showcases a variety of performances in theatre and comedy? Option A: the Glastonbury Festival. Option B: the Royal Ascot. Option C: the Edinburgh Festival Fringe. Option D: the Notting Hill Carnival. The correct answer is the Edinburgh Festival Fringe. Explanation: the Edinburgh Festival Fringe, the world's largest arts festival, features thousands of performances in theatre, comedy, and music, attracting artists and audiences globally, making it a cornerstone of the UK's vibrant cultural scene. Who was the architect responsible for the design of St. Paul's Cathedral and a major figure in English Baroque architecture? Option A: Sir Christopher Wren. Option B: Sir Edwin Lutyens. Option C: Inigo Jones. Option D: Robert Adam. The correct answer is Sir Christopher Wren. Explanation: Sir Christopher Wren, a leading figure in English Baroque architecture, is best known for designing St. Paul's Cathedral, which remains an iconic symbol of London and showcases his innovative architectural style and engineering expertise. Name 3 Christian festivals that are celebrated in the UK. Option A: Easter, Diwali, and Ramadan. Option B: Eid al-Fitr, Halloween, and New Year. Option C: Christmas, Eid al-Fitr, and Boxing Day. Option D: Christmas, Easter, and Boxing Day. The correct answer is Christmas, Easter, and Boxing Day. Explanation: Christmas celebrates the birth of Jesus Christ on December 25th, a time for family gatherings and gift-giving. Easter commemorates Jesus' resurrection, symbolizing hope and renewal. Boxing Day, on December 26th, encourages acts of charity and kindness, reflecting the spirit of giving. What is the significance of Remembrance Day, observed on November 11th in the UK? Option A: It celebrates the achievements of British soldiers. Option B: It marks the end of the Cold War. Option C: It honors those who died in military service for the UK and its allies. Option D: It commemorates the founding of the British Army. The correct answer is it honors those who died in military service for the UK and its allies. Explanation: Remembrance Day, observed on November 11th, commemorates the sacrifices of military personnel who lost their lives in conflicts, particularly during World War I. A 2-minute silence is observed at 11 a.m., and red poppies are worn as a symbol of remembrance. Name 3 popular leisure activities that people in the UK engage in. Option A: Gardening, shopping, and cooking. Option B: Skydiving, surfing, and snowmobiling. Option C: Horse racing, ice climbing, and deep-sea diving. Option D: Bungee jumping, paragliding, and rock climbing. The correct answer is gardening, shopping, and cooking. Explanation: Gardening, shopping, and cooking are widely enjoyed leisure activities in the UK, reflecting the country's rich cultural heritage and social practices. Gardening connects individuals with nature, shopping fosters community interaction, and cooking celebrates regional traditions, promoting personal fulfillment and social bonding among families and friends. What significant impact did Charlie Chaplin have on the film industry during the silent film era? Option A: He introduced color films to cinema. Option B: He was known for his innovative sound techniques. Option C: He popularized the art of physical comedy and created iconic characters. Option D: He directed the first feature-length documentary. The correct answer is he popularized the art of physical comedy and created iconic characters. Explanation: Charlie Chaplin was instrumental in shaping the silent film era through his mastery of physical comedy and the creation of beloved characters like the Tramp, leaving a lasting legacy on the film industry and influencing generations of filmmakers and comedians. What is the importance of the landmark commonly referred to as Big Ben in London? Option A: It is a major cultural venue for performances. Option B: It serves as a symbol of London and British heritage. Option C: It is the tallest building in London. Option D: It houses the British Parliament. The correct answer is it serves as a symbol of London and British heritage. Explanation: Big Ben is an enduring symbol of London, embodying the city's rich history and architectural beauty. It attracts millions of visitors each year, representing the cultural identity of the UK. Which of the following is a famous national park in the UK known for its stunning landscapes and outdoor activities? Option A: the Lake District. Option B: the Tower of London. Option C: the Eden Project. Option D: Big Ben. The correct answer is the Lake District. Explanation: The Lake District is a renowned national park known for its stunning lakes, mountains, and diverse wildlife. It offers outdoor activities like hiking and sailing, and has cultural significance due to its literary connections. What is the official state church in England with historical ties to the monarchy? Option A: the Church of Scotland. Option B: the Roman Catholic Church. Option C: the Church of England. Option D: the Baptist Church. The correct answer is the Church of England. Explanation: the Church of England, also known as the Anglican Church, is the official state church in England, historically linked to the monarchy, with the monarch serving as its head and the Archbishop of Canterbury as its spiritual leader. Which patron saint's day is celebrated on April 23rd in England? Option A, St. David's Day. Option B, St. Peter's Day. Option C, St. Andrew's Day. Option D, St. George's Day. The correct answer is St. George's Day. Explanation: St. George's Day, celebrated on April 23rd, honors England's patron saint and is associated with national pride. The day is marked by various events, including parades and cultural festivals, that celebrate English heritage and history. How many times has the UK hosted the Olympic Games, including the most recent event in 2012? Option A, once. Option B, twice. Option C, 3 times. Option D, 4 times. The correct answer is 3 times. Explanation: the UK has hosted the Olympic Games 3 times, in 1908, 1948, and 2012. Each event has significantly contributed to the nation's sporting legacy, showcasing its ability to organize large-scale international competitions and fostering national pride through athletic achievement. Name 4 notable British sportsmen and women. Option A, Sir Roger Bannister, Dame Kelly Holmes, Andy Murray, Ellie Simmonds. Option B, Lewis Hamilton, Sir Chris Hoy, Jessica Ennis, Sir Steve Redgrave. Option C, Mo Farah, David Weir, Dame Ellen MacArthur, Sir Jackie Stewart. Option D, Michael Phelps, Serena Williams, Usain Bolt, Rafael Nadal. The correct answer is Sir Roger Bannister, Dame Kelly Holmes, Andy Murray, Ellie Simmonds. Explanation: Sir Roger Bannister is renowned for breaking the 4-minute mile. Dame Kelly Holmes won 2 gold medals in athletics. Andy Murray is a Grand Slam winning tennis player, and Ellie Simmonds is celebrated for her achievements in Paralympic swimming. What is the most popular sport in the UK, known for its professional leagues and large fan following? Option A, rugby. Option B, cricket. Option C, tennis. Option D, football. The correct answer is football. Explanation: football is the UK's most beloved sport, characterised by its deep-rooted history and extensive professional leagues, including the English Premier League. It captivates millions of fans, fostering local pride and community spirit, and is integral to British culture. How does UK law promote gender equality in society? Option A, by enforcing equal pay for all jobs. Option B, by prohibiting discrimination based on gender or marital status. Option C, by requiring equal representation in government. Option D, by ensuring all women must work. The correct answer is by prohibiting discrimination based on gender or marital status. Explanation: UK law mandates that individuals cannot face discrimination based on gender or marital status, promoting equality in employment, property rights, and family responsibilities, and ensuring that both men and women have equal opportunities. What factor has contributed to the recent population growth in the UK? Option A, decreased birth rates. Option B, lower life expectancy. Option C, increased death rates. Option D, migration into the UK. The correct answer is migration into the UK. Explanation: recent population growth in the UK has been significantly influenced by migration, alongside improvements in living standards and healthcare, resulting in longer life expectancy and a more diverse population. What is the primary language spoken in Wales alongside English? Option A, Scots. Option B, Gaelic. Option C, Welsh. Option D, Irish. The correct answer is Welsh. Explanation: Welsh is a unique language spoken alongside English in Wales. It is actively taught in schools and utilized in public life, highlighting the region's cultural identity and heritage and promoting linguistic diversity within the UK. Name 4 key demands of the Chartists during their reform movement in the 1830s and 1840s. Option A, every man to have the vote, annual elections, secret ballots, and payment for MPs. Option B, equal voting age for all, direct democracy, mandatory political attendance, and not payment for MPs. Option C, abolition of property requirements, payment for MPs, annual elections, and public voting. Option D, proportional representation, no voting rights for women, not payment for MPs, and right to campaign. The correct answer is every man to have the vote, annual elections, secret ballots, and payment for MPs. Explanation: the Chartists campaigned for key reforms including every man having the right to vote, annual elections, secret ballots, and payment for MPs, all aimed at expanding democratic participation in the electoral process. What is the primary role of the monarch in the UK government? Option A, to make laws and govern the country. Option B, to appoint the Prime Minister and represent the UK internationally. Option C, to oversee the judiciary and enforce laws. Option D, to manage local government affairs. The correct answer is to appoint the Prime Minister and represent the UK internationally. Explanation: the monarch's primary role is to appoint the Prime Minister, who is chosen through democratic elections, and to represent the UK to the world, supporting diplomatic and economic relationships. How does the UK's constitution differ from that of most other countries? Option A, it is written in a single document. Option B, it is not influenced by historical events. Option C, it allows for direct democracy in all matters. Option D, it is unwritten and based on conventions and statutes. The correct answer is it is unwritten and based on conventions and statutes. Explanation: the UK's constitution is unique as it is not contained in a single written document. Instead, it consists of various laws, conventions, and practices developed over centuries, allowing for flexibility in governance. What is the primary responsibility of the House of Commons in the UK Parliament? Option A, to represent the monarch and conduct ceremonial duties. Option B, to create and debate new laws and hold the government accountable. Option C, to oversee local government operations across the UK. Option D, to manage international relations and foreign policy. The correct answer is to create and debate new laws and hold the government accountable. Explanation: the House of Commons is primarily responsible for creating and debating legislation, scrutinizing government actions, and representing the interests of constituents, making it a vital part of the UK's democratic process. Name 4 fundamental principles of UK law that ensure individual rights and freedoms. Option A, right to life, prohibition of torture, freedom of expression, and right to a fair trial. Option B, right to bear arms, freedom of assembly, freedom from taxation, and right to free education. Option C, right to privacy, right to vote, right to free speech, and compulsory military service. Option D, right to work, freedom of religion, right to own property, and right to bear arms. The correct answer is right to life, prohibition of torture, freedom of expression, and right to a fair trial. Explanation: the fundamental principles of UK law safeguard individual rights, including the right to life, prohibition of torture, freedom of expression, and the right to a fair trial, ensuring justice and protection under the law for all citizens. Which of the following practices is specifically illegal in the UK? Option A, emotional support. Option B, arranged marriage. Option C, domestic violence. Option D, inconvenient disagreements. The correct answer is domestic violence. Explanation: domestic violence is illegal in the UK, alongside other practices like female genital mutilation, FGM, and forced marriage, as part of the country's commitment to protecting individual rights and ensuring safety for all citizens. What is one of the requirements for legally driving a car in the UK? Option A, you must be at least 17 years old and have a valid driving license. Option B, you must have a car registered in your name. Option C, you must have a full-time job. Option D, you must pass a written test only. The correct answer is you must be at least 17 years old and have a valid driving license. Explanation: in the UK, individuals must be at least 17 years old and possess a valid driving license, which involves passing a theory test and a practical driving test to legally operate a vehicle on public roads. What is a primary purpose of income tax and national insurance contributions in the UK? Option A, to fund private sector businesses. Option B, to pay for government services and state benefits. Option C, to provide tax refunds for wealthy individuals. Option D, to support international charities. The correct answer is to pay for government services and state benefits. Explanation: income tax and national insurance contributions are primarily used to fund essential government services, such as healthcare, education, and social security benefits, ensuring the welfare and support of citizens within the UK. What is the exception to the law regarding alcohol consumption for individuals aged 16 and over in the UK? Option A, they can drink alcohol in public without restrictions. Option B, they can drink alcohol only when at home. Option C, they can drink alcohol with a meal in a hotel or restaurant. Option D, they can purchase alcohol without age verification. The correct answer is they can drink alcohol with a meal in a hotel or restaurant. Explanation: in the UK, individuals aged 16 and over are permitted to consume alcohol only when it is served as part of a meal in a licensed establishment, such as a hotel or restaurant. However, the legal age for purchasing alcohol remains 18, ensuring responsible consumption. What is the importance of the judiciary in the UK legal system? Option A, to create laws and enforce regulations. Option B, to represent clients in legal disputes. Option C, to investigate crimes and apprehend suspects. Option D, to interpret the law and ensure fair trials. The correct answer is to interpret the law and ensure fair trials. Explanation: the importance of the judiciary in the UK lies in its role to interpret the law, adjudicate disputes, and ensure that trials are conducted fairly, maintaining justice and upholding the rule of law without government interference. How does local government serve the communities in the UK? Option A, by controlling national defence and foreign policy. Option B, by providing essential public services and local infrastructure. Option C, by electing members to the House of Commons. Option D, by creating international trade agreements. The correct answer is by providing essential public services and local infrastructure. Explanation: local government in the UK plays a crucial role in serving communities by delivering essential public services, such as education, housing, and social care, as well as maintaining local infrastructure to meet residents' needs. Who is eligible to vote in public elections in the UK? Option A, citizens of the UK, Commonwealth countries, and the Irish Republic who are residents in the UK. Option B, only citizens of the UK. Option C, only residents of England and Wales. Option D, anyone over the age of 16. The correct answer is citizens of the UK, Commonwealth countries, and the Irish Republic who are residents in the UK. Explanation: in the UK, eligible voters include citizens of the UK, citizens of Commonwealth countries, and citizens of the Irish Republic who are resident in the UK, allowing them to participate in public elections. What is the Commonwealth and what role does it play among its member countries? Option A, it is a political union that enforces laws among its members. Option B, it is an association of countries working together towards shared goals in democracy and development. Option C, it is a military alliance for defense purposes. Option D, it is a trade organization that regulates international commerce. The correct answer is, it is an association of countries working together towards shared goals in democracy and development. Explanation: The Commonwealth is an association of 54 member countries, primarily former territories of the British Empire, that collaborate to promote shared values such as democracy, good governance, and the rule of law, supporting each other in development efforts. Which of the following is not considered a shared value or responsibility of being a citizen in the UK? Option A, to obey and respect the law. Option B, to treat everyone equally regardless of their background. Option C, to prioritize personal gain over community welfare. Option D, to help and protect your family. The correct answer is to prioritize personal gain over community welfare. Explanation: in the UK, citizens are expected to uphold values such as obeying the law, treating others with equality, and helping their families and communities. Prioritizing personal gain over the welfare of the community contradicts the shared values and responsibilities essential for active citizenship. How can an individual be selected to serve on a jury in the UK? Option A, by volunteering at their local courthouse. Option B, by being randomly selected from the electoral register. Option C, by applying directly to the judge. Option D, by being nominated by a political party. The correct answer is by being randomly selected from the electoral register. Explanation: in the UK, individuals who are on the electoral register and aged between 18 and 70 may be randomly selected to serve on a jury, allowing them to participate in the judicial process as part of their civic duties. What are the 3 key roles of school governors and school boards in the UK? Option A, setting the strategic direction, ensuring accountability, and monitoring school performance. Option B, teaching classes, grading students, and supervising staff. Option C, organizing school events, managing finances, and recruiting teachers. Option D, developing the curriculum, conducting assessments, and enforcing school discipline. The correct answer is setting the strategic direction, ensuring accountability, and monitoring school performance. Explanation: school governors and school boards play a vital role in the education system by setting the strategic direction of the school, ensuring accountability for its performance, and monitoring its overall effectiveness, thereby contributing to the improvement of educational standards.